Hello, this is Barry Nirmal. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe link below. Hi, here with me is Mr. Robert. He's an American citizen and he speaks fluent English like an American. And I met him and he offered to do some repairs for my house that I'm renovating and trying to sell. And he came one day and he installed a dishwasher like a professional and installed a over the stove microwave like a professional. And so today he came again and I asked him his story, and I found he said that he lives in a car, and his cousin actually allowed him to sleep in the car. He sleeps in the car. He doesn't have a home. So today, whatever money I'm going to give him, he says he's going to rent a room in a hotel so that he can take a shower and sleep for one night. So is that true, Mr. Robert?
Yep, it is very true.
Yeah, so tell me what is your story, like how did you end up in this situation where you don't have a place to stay, place to live? Like you have to live in a car or rent a hotel room for a night to live. Like how did it happen?
Well, for instance, I was been in a relationship for 6 years on and off, and the girl I'm staying with told me to come live with her. And I had my apartment, I had my own vehicle, I had a good job before I even moved in with her. And my job was where my bus route is. So I had no problem getting to work, you know. So months passed by, she told me if I wanted to come move in with her. And because she has a house and I could, pay, stuff for her and her kids. And I didn't see no problem with it. So I want to go ahead and lost my apartment, broke my lease off my apartment. So I asked her that I need to get a ride to work. Eventually, a couple of days passed, and then she would get upset and tell me that she can't be able to take me to work. So I had to try to find a way to get to work. And the bus line wasn't running nowhere near my job where she lives at. So I had to walk or try to find a way to get my job. But I will get there too late, and then eventually they let me go. So 3 months passed prior to that, she got upset to me because I didn't have my job no more, and she kicked me out. So this has been going on for like 6 years. So now she comes looking for me. She wants me to go back, and then I go back when I'm making money again. And then eventually I ran out of work, and eventually again she kicks me out. So I'll be on and off living in the streets for the past 6 years. And now that I decided not to go back to that relationship, now I'm back on the streets, but I'm still trying to, do for myself, basically. And yes, I am staying in my cousin's broken down car that has no walls to it, but I have no other place to lay my head but find a job so I can at least get me a place to stay every night.
But anyway, I found Mr. Robert very nice to talk to. He has worked for me for 2 days and whole days, 2 days, and he has done very good work. He is very good in repairs, handyman, like repairing houses. But he says that one of his weaknesses is that he gives up. That when I told him that I myself had a rough time, and I had a wife, and she started an affair, and we broke up. But I also lived in my car maybe half a day. I remember I sleeping in my car for half a day. But then I rented an apartment, I found a job, and I struggled, and I survived. So he says that he gives up, right? That's the mistake you have done. That
Well, no, I'm not giving up, because giving up is the wrong thing to do. Right. What I'm saying is, right now ain't nobody got any work for me besides you. That what you gave me for 2 days. So I'm not giving up or being depressed for the situation I've been in. you know.
So yeah, definitely he doesn't look depressed. When he works very hard, very good at quality job, and he is always polite. I try to be polite with him too. I never talk roughly, even though that has been my weakness. But he said that he has had relationship with 3 women. One woman, the first woman, he said he was married and he had 2 children, right?
Yeah, I wasn't married to her. I was with her for 3 months, and we had 2 kids. But she found somebody else that had more money than I did. I had a place for her to. I had a place for us to live, me and her and my kids. But she preferred it more money, and she went to. Basically, she cheated on me to go stay with him, and she took my kids with me. With her. So now my kids, I haven't seen my kids since they were 5, and so that was that relationship. The second relationship I got with this other woman, after 2 years, I made her my wife. We had one daughter that passed away when she was 3 months, and I had a house for her too, but she was messing up the money, and she made me lose my house. By the time I lost my house, I didn't know. Previous of that, I caught her and her father-in-law sleeping together in my house, and so I had to kick them out. And then that's when they told me, the owner of the house, saying that she wasn't receiving no money. I said, well, my wife gave you the money. He like, nope. So he like, well, you got 3 weeks to move out. And then that was the second relationship. But the second relationship, I actually got married to her. My third relationship is the relationship I just finished talking about. But I'm always, coming up, always on my feet, and always trying to do the best for myself and for whoever I'm with. So, and I never give up. So the thing with these 3 women, I never, one failed me. I lived in the street too. I ended up getting a house. I got married, and then she failed me. So I ended up on the street again. And then I got my apartment, and then the third woman failed me. So I became homeless once more again. But eventually I'm gonna get back on my feet like I always do.
Yeah, like I have friends, and they never had people like Robert, because they are afraid that they don't know who he is. They would rather hire a repairman who is bonded and insured. But I had people like Robert, because we are Americans and we have to help each other, and you have to trust people. Everybody is not bad, and if you suspect too much, it's not good. But anyway, Robert says, I asked him why the government does not help. He said the government does not provide housing. Even there are some homeless shelters, but he said they are all full. It's hard to go to homeless shelter because they are all full. They say, sorry, we have no space. It seems like in Houston, where we are, looks like there are a lot more homeless people than people think there are, and all the homeless shelters are occupied. And what about your food stamps? Don't the government help you with food stamps?
No. The only time they help you is you have to have some kind of income or someone to stay. It's just like I call this church. This church was supposed to, from a friend of mine from Dallas, and he told me to call a ministry here, a church ministry, but they told me the only way they could have me is having a stable job to live there in their facility, or in 2 paychecks stubs. But I haven't, and I've been trying to get a job, but it's been hard for me because I have a felon on my record, so nobody really want to hire me, and that's why I do my handyman work.
Yeah,
to at least work.
See, that's the problem. Like once you have a felony conviction, like criminal conviction, people stay away from you. That's the problem. They don't give you a job. But even though we know that even Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, who could be our next president, he has been convicted of a crime, and the Democrats are saying, oh, he's a felon. So that means being felon is not such a bad thing, because people make mistakes, things happen, and then as long as they don't repeat it. So anyway, Mr. Robert, I found him very nice man, very interesting, and I told him But if he needs any work, like for I can give him work sometime. I may need him for 2 hours a day or 4 hours a day. Or I even today I went and picked him up at the place where he slept last night, and I'm going to drop him off there, and I will show you a video of the place where he says he sleeps. Okay. So anything else, Mr. Robert, you want to say?
Well, no, not at this time.
Definitely he needs help, and I hope somebody helps him because he is 43 years old, he's in good health, and very polite, and is not depressed, even though I know, because I can tell when somebody is depressed. But anyway, I pray to God that God takes care of him, and I'll show you his place soon. This is the car where Robert sleeps at night. He has nowhere to sleep, so his relative allowed him to sleep in this car. See, this car is broken down because it's a garage, and it has no side. It has a windshield, but side panels are missing. I don't know how he sleeps in the cold, but this is his home. Hello. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe link below. Also write your comments in the comment section below. Spread the word. You can share this video with your friends by clicking on the share button below, and you can share it with WhatsApp, with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by sending email to your friends.